Welcome to today's episode. We're going to explore 4 strategies you can use to deal with tricky situations when there might be a little conflict or when things get a little heated. Businesses succeed when everyone involved feels safe, valued, and respected. However, there will always be occasions when someone in the business loses their composure and communicates in a way that destabilizes this culture. Your response is what matters. The outcome you want is to resolve the issue in a respectful way whilst also creating a learning moment to encourage self-reflected moderation. Today we explore how you can handle these situations with ease and grace in a fair and balanced manner. Now get comfy as we dive into today's quick win. Let's do it. Are you ready to work less, stress less, and make more money? I bet you're tired of working really hard, putting in crazy hours, and still not getting the results you know you deserve. How about we swap constant overwhelm for ease and grace and take your business to the next level? Imagine having absolute certainty with every decision you make. There's a way you can achieve it all without losing yourself. I'm Deb Field, quick win coach, business boss, and keep it simple CEO. I've been successfully taking small, medium and large businesses to the next level for decades. Want to learn how? Go grab your favourite cuppa. I'm about to share powerful quick wins you can apply today. Let's create business magic with your heart at the centre of everything you do. We've all been in a situation, whether family, work or everyday life, where someone loses their cool. It happens, and sometimes it's not pretty. Knowing how to respond in these situations as an empathic and powerful leader enables people to have learning moments while also maintaining a safe and respectful environment. Before we dive into the 4 strategies to deal with tricky situations, here's a situation I was faced with and how I dealt with it. I was implementing a change in our business that had been collaboratively created by the leadership team, always a good approach in my books. However, one of the team members, unbeknown to myself and the team, had been stewing over something they wanted but didn't get their way. Just before we started to embed the change, I received a fiery email colourfully expressing their dissatisfaction and demanding things be done their way. It was a very long email, a sure sign of "I'm not happy," with bold text and emotive language. Now here is an example of what not to do, but what I did. I responded promptly and answered all of their questions one by one, explained the process we've followed and why we needed to move ahead with the team's agreed approach. I powerfully rebutted everything they said and may have even used some bold text myself. It did not put out the fire and in fact may have even been fuel on the inferno. Silly me. I was responding from my ego because I was so annoyed at their behaviour. I didn't get the outcome I wanted, they felt unheard, and it did not make the change easy. This is a classic example of what not to do. And it wasn't pretty, and I certainly wasn't proud of how I responded. What I've learned since then, as guided by a mentor, is we as leaders have time on our side. How, and most importantly, when we reply is the secret. Let's go have a look at those 4 ways to deal with tricky situations. First, it's worthwhile acknowledging that we all have our heart-connected self and our dysfunctional self, all of us. Most are able to self-regulate their reactive emotions, play well with others, and communicate their ideas and thoughts in a respectful way. Some cannot. Our response as leaders is what enables and encourages growth in this area. Strategy 1. Managing hot emails. When you receive a heated or emotionally driven email from either a team member, a customer, or a supplier, your response is critical. It sets the scene for future communications. First and foremost, wait. Time is on your side. Depending on the urgency of the subject or the issue, let the email sit without a reply for at least an hour, if not 24 hours. This enables the writer to reflect, you to consider your response, and time to heal the issue. When you choose to respond rather than react, keep it short, empathise with their issue, refocus to the strategic outcome, not the localized emotional issue, and suggest a catch-up outside of the email to address their points. Again, this creates time. For example, a customer sends you an angry email about the late delivery of a product. They go into a lot of detail about why they're angry, what this means to them, why your company's let them down, and they don't want to deal with you anymore. It just goes on. Whoa, heavy to receive, right? Personally, I would wait till the next day to respond. The reason I would do that is when you first receive that email, you will have an emotional reaction yourself. It's best to wait till that passes. Here's how I'd respond. I'd say something like this. Thank you so much for bringing this issue to my awareness. I can totally see why you feel so strongly about the delay. I apologise it has caused you issues. May I contact you to learn more about what happened, to see if I can do anything to solve it at your end, and importantly resolve the cause here so it never happens to our customers again. As you can see, I'm empathic, I'm curious and respectful, and engaging them in the solution. Sending this kind of response after time has passed will likely end up in a positive outcome. Sending it immediately when I receive the email may be met with further emotion and escalated anger. Time is on your side and helps everyone involved. Strategy 2. Managing outbursts in meetings. When someone acts out or has an outburst in a meeting, it is simply because their needs are not being met. This behaviour can create an unsafe environment for others in the room. It may engage your desire to react and will definitely steer the meeting off course. Let's use the simple but powerful techniques from Ambassador Charlene Bajewski when she successfully navigated an emotive and physical outburst by a Chinese negotiator. First, use silence. Anger and emotion dissolve when not confronted by a reaction. Using silence interrupts the intensity and energy in the room, gives you time to regain your composure, and gives you space to consider your response. Second, when sufficient time has passed, which may feel a little uncomfortable, question the content of the outburst, not the outburst itself. For example, do you mean XYZ? This will enable the team member to reflect on what they said and give an opportunity for growth and transformation. Third, swiftly follow your question by diverting and asserting control of the meeting by saying something like, I think you mean you'd like me to consider DEF, is that right? This shows you have listened, you have empathy, and are in control as you reframe the conversation back to the agenda. Your composure and functional communication style will go a long way to de-escalate the situation. Additionally, this intentionally disarming, empathic and polite style is not only effective, but demonstrates the culture you want to create in your business. Fourthly, if the outburst content is outside the scope of the meeting, let the team member know you'll put in a meeting with them to discuss their concerns later. This lets others in the room know you'll be dealing with what just happened. These steps re-establish a safe room, demonstrate respectful communication, de-escalates the emotions, and refocuses the meeting back to the agenda. This approach to outbursts is rather simple, but it's not easy, especially if there's a lot of emotion in the room. It takes practice, but if you at least take a breath and wait, you can maintain composure, and from this place, you'll have a very good chance of navigating the outburst. If you're interested in reading about the approach used by Ambassador Charlene Bajewski in detail, go to quickwinsforbusiness.com/blog and scroll to blog number 5. It's a great read. Strategy 3, managing one-on-one conflicts. For this situation, apply the same approach used for outbursts in the room, plus add these strategies using coaching style communication. Ask open questions to explore what need is not being met or what underlying issues are present. Ask if they're okay. Is there anything they need from you to be okay or move forward? Whatever their response, explore further to understand how they are and see if there are ways you can support them. Once things are a little more settled and the emotion is diffused, ask how they feel others in the room experience their communication style. Ask what they could do differently to get their point across effectively. And ask them to help you create the outcomes you're after and the culture you want to establish. This is likely to be a bonding moment if you can communicate respectfully, with empathy and with a coaching style. Alternatively, if things escalate or the emotions are too much for your team member during this one-on-one session, suggest a break and, if necessary, give them the rest of the day off with genuine care as your reason, and then regroup at another time. Strategy 4. Managing escalating, dangerous or disrespectful outbursts. Let's hope you don't have to field too many of these, but they do happen. As a leader in the room, you must act immediately. Silence and waiting are not the approach required here. Your team are looking to you as the leader to shut this down now. Follow these steps. Stand up. This creates a state change for you and the room. Declare the meeting closed and ask everyone to leave the room except for the person in question. If they leave, let them. If they stay, let them know you'll go get them both a glass of water and is there anything else they would like. This buys you time and gives them time in an empty room to reflect. On your return, follow the approach we use for the one-on-one session. Additionally, you need to consider if apologies are required, if they have breached any code of conduct, and what steps need to occur accordingly. Good luck with the application of these 4 strategies to deal with tricky situations. The more you use them, the less situations will occur. And I know these are a little difficult to do. I know sometimes just being silent for those 5, 10, 15 seconds can make you and others feel uncomfortable. However, the change you will experience will be worth the effort on your part as a leader. To recap, time is your best friend when it comes to de-escalating hot emails or emotional outbursts. Remember, anger cannot sustain without a sparring partner. Demonstrate you have listened, understood, and have empathy by thanking them for their contribution, reframing the issue and asking powerful questions. Re-establish the vibe in the room using your communication style. Be curious to understand what needs need to be met, engage people in the solution, and shut down any dangerous or disrespectful behaviour immediately. At the end of the day, you have a desired business culture to nurture and protect. The behaviour you accept in your business establishes this culture. You are setting the bar in every instance. It is not always easy to deal with dysfunctional communication, but it is critical to lead by example and deal with issues respectfully, empathically, in a disarming and powerful way, and on occasions in a timely manner. The end result for you and your team is a culture where everyone feels safe, valued, and respected. Boom, it's worth it. Put these strategies in place over the week or any time you have a situation occur, and all the best. I hope you loved today's episode and it provides value to you and your business. There are 2 quick things you can do to pay it forward. 1, share this episode with other women you know and love. And 2, take 30 seconds to leave a review on Apple Podcast. This will enable more women in business to receive this valuable information. Let's share the love. Finally, go to quickwinsforbusiness.com, get your free business checklist and join our private Facebook community where I'll be sharing additional quick win tools. Let's work together. Join me here next week with another exciting episode sharing more quick wins for your business. Have a great day.